Dear secondary stage students, year 1 from all over Egypt, welcome to our English program. Today we are going to start Unit 11. What is the title of Unit 11? Unit 11 is called Amazing People. Who do you think the amazing people we are going to talk about? They are people with disabilities. You know that these people are amazing people because they can do wonderful things. They can take part in competitions and they can win medals, and they inspire us to do better things in our life. So here we are going to talk about people with disabilities, about amazing people. Let's start our unit, and before we start, let's see our objectives for this unit. By the end of this lesson, you will be able to determine the central idea of the reading text and scan for details. You're going to find the meaning of unfamiliar words. You're going to show respect to other people who are different from you. Do you know the word disability? Have you heard about this word before? What is disability? Disability means being unable to use part of your body normally. You don't have the ability to use part of your body. So some people with disability can't see, so they can't use their eyes well. They can't hear, they can't walk, and so on. So these are people with disability. Do you know famous people who challenged their disabilities? Of course, all of us have heard about people who challenged and who faced their disabilities, like Taha Hussein, for example. Do you hear about Taha Hussein? He's a famous writer, and he became the dean of Faculty of Arts, and he became a minister of education. So Taha Hussein is a blind man, he's a disabled man, but he's amazing. We have Helen Keller. Helen Keller is a woman who can't see or hear, but she finished her university, and she got a degree from university. She became a writer and she wrote many books. She became very famous, so she's an amazing woman. We have Thomas Edison, and we have Louis Braille. You can, of course, Louis Braille is the person who invented the way of writing for the blind people because he himself has a weakness of eyesight. So these are people who are amazing people. They are amazing people, and they have done wonderful things, and they inspire us. They help us to be better in our life because they face the disability and they can do wonders. So what can we do in our life? We can do a lot. Now we are going to watch a video about a disabled person, and we are going to know how we can describe his ability. So listen carefully and watch the video carefully, and let's see how he is a wonderful person and what are his abilities. Watch carefully.
To become an award-winning Paralympian is an outstanding achievement. These athletes battle against physical disabilities to prove their strength, stamina, and determination. Competing in the Paralympics often means a life dedicated to training, and often requires a lot of sacrifices to be successful. Even simple tasks can be difficult with a disability, which is why they are so inspiring. Many Paralympians inspire people to persevere to achieve their dreams. They often dedicate their time to promoting their sport and helping young people find opportunities to train.
So what are the qualities do we learn from an athlete with disability? As we have heard and watched in the video, these people who have taken part in the Paralympic Games. What is the Paralympic Games? The Paralympic Games is the Olympic Games for the people with disabilities. So these people with disabilities take part in the competitions, and they achieved medals. They won medals, gold medals, and so on. So what can we learn from them? We can learn determination. What's determination? Determination means that you insist to do something. You insist, you try and try again in order to achieve your goal. So this is determination. And the stamina. What's stamina? The word stamina we have heard in the video. It means the ability, your ability to face difficult situations. So stamina, your ability to face the difficult burden on you or the difficult load on you. And the determination is you are insisting to do something. So we learn from them stamina, determination, hard work, and the strength, the power. We learn from them that they are very powerful people and they are determined people and they have stamina. So let's look at the words again. The word stamina, the word hard work, the word strength, and determination. Here we have the word Paralympic. Look at the pictures. We have people with disability, swimmers and racers and so on. They are Paralympics. The Paralympic Games or Paralympics means the Olympic Games for the disabled, an international sports festival for the athletes with disabilities. And as we said before, what's a disability? Disability is that you are not able to use part of your body. So these people who are not able to use part of their body take part in this festival, in this competition, and they won medals. As you see in the picture, we have the wheelchair. What's a wheelchair? It's a device or an equipment or a machine which can help a person who cannot walk. So a wheelchair is a chair with wheels used by people who cannot walk. Wheelchair. Again, we have the word disability, which we have just discussed. It's a physical or mental condition. So there are different kinds of disabilities. Can be physical, so you're not using part of your body, your leg, your eyes, and so on. This is physical. Or it can be a mental disability. You cannot think carefully. You cannot learn as well as other students. So this is mental. So physical or mental condition that limits a person's movement, sense, or activities. So it's a disability which limits the movement of person or his senses or his activities. What about the word muscle? As you see here in the picture, the word muscle, something inside your body that you use in order to move. So in order to move, you use your muscles. So the muscle can make your hand move or your leg move and so on. What about the word medal? Of course, the word medal is very familiar to you and we use it every day. So it's a metal disc or a metal coin that you can win when you do a sport. So we have the gold medal, the silver medal, and the bronze medal. The person who comes first takes the gold medal, the person who comes second takes the silver, and the third takes a bronze medal. Stamina. The word stamina, which we have heard in the video, it means the physical or mental strength to do something that might be difficult. So you have a stamina means you have the power. You can have the power to face difficult situations. And the word determination, as I told you before, it means that you insist, you try and try again to do something. A quality that makes you continue trying to do or achieve something that is difficult. We have the word achieve. What's achieve? To achieve means to be successful in doing something. So we can say, I achieved my goal. I achieved my ambition. I achieved my aim. So the noun of achieve is achievement. Achieve is the verb and achievement is the noun. Something you have done successfully. So when I say it was a great achievement to build the Suez Canal, means it was a very successful project. We have the word compete. Of course, people in the Olympic Games or in the Paralympics, they compete. What does it mean, compete? Compete means to take part in a race or in a competition. So the verb is compete and the noun is competition. Competition means a competition for writing, competition for swimming, competition for running. So many people take part in an event in order to compete together. Who comes the first? Okay, so this is compete. We have the word powerlifting, as you see here in the picture. Powerlifting is a kind of sport. What do we do in this sport? It's a sport where people lift weights above their heads. They lift weights. So as you see in the picture, he lifts a weight over his shoulder. This is powerlifting. Another sport is Kung Fu. It's a Chinese sport which involves fighting with your hands and feet. As you see here in the picture, two girls are fighting with hands and feet. This is called Kung Fu. We have Spina Bifida. It's an illness in which some bones in the spine have not developed normally at birth. So this disease makes the person retarded in mentally and physically. So he doesn't grow normally, either mentally or physically, because of this disease. This disease is called Spina Bifida. What is it? It's a disease which is in the bones. It attacks the spine of a person and makes the person not developed completely, either mentally or physically. Here we have an example of disabled people, Mahmoud Muhammad Yusuf. He was a champion in Kung Fu and won many medals in the sport at secondary school. After a terrible accident, he now has a disability. So after the accident, he suffered from a disability, which means that he has to use a wheelchair. Of course, he will not be able to do his favorite sport, Kung Fu, because he is on a wheelchair. Mahmoud cannot walk again, but that has not stopped his love of sport. He decided to practice a sport which can be played in a wheelchair, and he became very good at wheelchair tennis. He was competed in many international wheelchair tennis competitions, and he became one of the best wheelchair tennis players in Egypt. That's amazing achievement, but Mahmoud hasn't stopped there. He helps people who are in a wheelchair to stay fit and gives talks to help other people with disability. So Mahmoud was a champion in Kung Fu. Then he played wheelchair tennis, and then he helped other people to keep fit and to face their disabilities. We have another example of amazing people. This is Amani Ali. Amani Ali is an Egyptian Paralympic powerlifter who won a bronze medal in 2016, Paralympic Games in Brazil in 2016. Amani had an illness called polio when she was younger, and this affected the muscles. This disease affected the muscles in her feet. She didn't start powerlifting until she was 20, although she has always loved the sport. She achieved her Paralympic success in Brazil, aged 40. And at a very difficult time, her father died 2 days before the competition, so she wanted to win the medal for him. She also came fourth in London Paralympic Games in 2012. So here we talked about Amani Ali and about Muhammad Mahmoud, who are very famous people, and we wanted to answer questions about them. Mention the athlete who did the following. The athlete who helps disabled people to stay fit. Do you remember who is the athlete who helped people to stay fit? As we said, this is Muhammad Mahmoud Yusuf. He helped people to stay fit. And the athlete who was successful at an older age. As we said that Amani Ali won a medal when aged 40, when she was 40 years old. So she won a medal, or she was successful at an older age. What about the athlete who has competed in 2 Paralympic Games? This is again Amani Ali. What positive effects can their success have on the lives of the disabled people in their countries? Of course, this is an important question. How can these people with disabilities affect the success of other people, of other disabled people in their countries? Can these people affect the people in their countries? Of course, yes. They are role model. What does it mean, role model? Role model means someone who is successful, someone who is famous, and you want to be like him. So they are role model who can inspire people. What's to inspire people? To encourage people that everyone has his own abilities, and with hard work and determination, they can do miracles. So we can learn from the disabled people that everything is possible, and everyone has his own abilities. Everyone can do something wonderful if only we work hard and we are determined, or we have determination. Okay? So these people inspire us. Which of the athletes' achievement do you find the most amazing and why? Here we are answering some questions about the reading text, about Mahmoud Muhammad Yusuf and about Amani Ali. Which achievement did you find the most amazing? Did you like Mahmoud Muhammad Yusuf or Amani Ali best? Which achievement do you find important or most difficult? Of course, from my own point of view, I think that all of them are amazing. I think they are all amazing people. But I think that Amani Ali's achievement is great because she didn't start powerlifting until she was 20. And she achieved her Paralympic success in Brazil aged 40. So she didn't lose hope. She was determined. She had a stamina to work hard. And although her disease affected her muscles, she was insisting to be a champion. And although her father died just before the competition, she was determined to win the medal just for her father. Okay? So can you think of a famous person with disability? Fill in the following table about him. If we wanted to talk about a person with disability, we can fill in this table and talk about this person. So you can mention the name of the person, what is the disability of this person, when he was born, and what was his job, and what achievement he has done. تعالوا مع بعض كده نفكر في famous person who has a disability, and how can he challenge his disability, and how can he face his disability and achieve many things. For example, if we talked about Taha Hussein, and all of us know Taha Hussein, you will mention his name. The name is Taha Hussein. What about his disability? What is his disability? Of course, he was blind, he cannot see. And what achievement he has done? Of course, he has many achievements, or he had many achievements. He became very famous. He studied in Paris, in Sorbonne University. He became a famous writer. He wrote الأيام story and many other stories. He joined the Faculty of Arts, and he became a dean in the Faculty of Arts. And of course, he became a minister of education. So he's a very famous person, and up till now we remember him. So we can talk about any person, try to remember any other person and talk about him. Try to use this table to help you in order to write about a famous person with disability and how he challenged his disability. What do we learn from him? We learn determination. What's determination? Determination means that we insist to do something. We insist to be successful. We try and try again, never lose hope, never stop trying. We learn from them stamina. the power and the ability to face problems around us, and we learn from them hard work. So these people are amazing and they inspire us. Okay, let's look at this question. Why do we make complaints? If you wanted to make a complaint, what's a complaint? Complaint means that you say that you don't like something. So if you don't like something and you go back to the shop in order to return this thing, how can you complain? So we have the verb complain and the noun complaint. How can we complain about something? We can make complaints in a shop if there is something wrong with goods we buy. So we can make complaints in a shop, in a hospital, in a hotel, or anywhere. If we wanted to, if something is bad and we don't enjoy it, we can make complaints. So when can we make complaints? When something goes bad or something goes wrong and we don't like the service, we don't like the goods or the product which we have bought. We can make complaints in a hotel, in a restaurant, if the service isn't good enough. So these are examples of places in which we can make complaints. Again, you can complain in a school if your classmates are annoying you. You can complain to the teacher. You can complain if the teacher is treating you badly. You can complain to the headmaster about him. So complain, you say that you don't like the service, you don't like the product, and so on. How can we make complaints? Making complaints. Look at these sentences. Excuse me, I'd like to make a complaint. So this is a way to complain. We can say, excuse me, I'd like to make a complaint. I'm sorry to bother you, but you are tall and I can't see the play. For example, if you are in a theater and you can't see the play because the man sitting in front of you is very tall, what can you say to him? You can say, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm sorry to annoy you, but you are tall and I can't see the play. We can also say, I'd like to speak to the manager, please. If you are in a hotel or in a restaurant and the service is bad, you say this to the receptionist, I'd like to speak to the manager, please. So this is a way to complain. Look at these examples, look at these situations, and try to think how to make complaint and how to answer if you are answering someone's complaint or replying to someone's complaint. Make complaints about the following situation. Look at the picture. Where do you think these people are? As you see, they are in a shoe shop. Someone is returning the shoes because there is a hole in it. How can he make a complaint to the shop assistant? And how can the shop assistant offer help to him? Let's read the situation together. You bought some shoes last week, and one shoe already has a hole in it. You go back to the shop to make a complaint. What would you say? Excuse me, I'd like to change these shoes, please. One shoe has a hole. So this is how you complain. I'd like to change, excuse me, I'd like to change these shoes, please. What is the answer of the shop assistant, or how can the shop assistant reply to this complaint? Don't worry, we are going to give you a new pair. So here is the answer of the shop assistant. He is offering help. Don't worry, we are going to give you a new pair. Okay, let's look at another example, another situation. Your neighbors are doing some building work and making a lot of noise. Visit them to complain about the noise. Look at the picture. Here we have a building. We have two people talking together. The building has some building work, and of course there is a lot of noise. The other neighbor is coming to visit his neighbor and to complain about the noise. What can he say, and what can the neighbor reply? I'm sorry to bother you, but you're making too much noise. So we can politely talk to our neighbors like this and say, I'm sorry to bother you, I'm sorry to annoy you, but you are making too much noise. So first of all, we apologize. We say sorry, and then we say our complaint. I'm sorry, but you are making noise. So what is the answer? How can the neighbor answer to this complaint, or what is the reply to this complaint? We are sorry for the disturbance. We are going to finish soon. We are sorry for the disturbance. We are going to finish soon. So when you ask politely, again the answer is politely. I'm sorry to bother you, and the answer, we are sorry for your disturbance. Here we have some questions for you in order to practice the words which we have studied today. Number 1, success at this level requires a commitment of time and energy. Achieving success, receiving success, deceiving or believing. Of course, we studied the word achieve today, so achieving success. What does it mean? Achieving success means to reach your goal, to fulfill your success, to make it true, to achieve. And what is the noun of achieve? Achievement. Question number 2. He is hoping to, in London, marathon. He is hoping to look, compare, search, compete. Of course, we studied the word compete, and we said the noun is competition. So he wants to compete means he wants to take part in the competition. He wants to compete in the London Marathon. It's a race. Question number 3. After the accident, he suffered from a physical, so he couldn't walk. So he suffered from something that makes him couldn't walk. So what is this called? Ability, disability, inability, disabled. Of course, we said that disability is something that makes you unable to use part of your body. So physical disability means ability that makes him unable to walk. Question number 4. Egypt should take care of individual sports such as to earn more medals. Here we have individual sport. Individual sport is the opposite of team sport. Team sport is a sport which is played by a team, a group of people. But individual sport is played only by one person, like Kung Fu, Karate, Judo, swimming, and so on. So here we have one individual sport. What is it? Is it hockey, basketball, volleyball, or powerlifting? Which of these can be in a team and which is individual? Of course, hockey, basketball, and volleyball are team games, but powerlifting is an individual sport. What's individual? It can be only made by one person. Question number 5. The mosque near my house is provided with special for the disabled. Of course, the mosque, some mosques have for disabled, have wheelchair for disabled. They put wheelchair in order to help the disabled people to walk. So some mosques offer some facilities for the disabled to help them walk by putting a wheelchair for them. Question number 6. He has competed in many international wheelchair tennis. Of course, we studied the word compete, and here we have the noun competition. He has competed in many international wheelchair tennis competition. To take part means to be part of this festival. So he became a part of the competition or the event of wheelchair tennis. Question number 7. His strong and hard work helped him to challenge his disability. His strong: definition, description, determination, delegation. Of course, we studied today the word determination, which means insisting to do something or trying and trying again to do something. So his strong determination and hard work helped him to challenge his disability. Question number 8. Spina Bifida is a disease that affects the Do you remember Spina Bifida? And we talked about Amani Ali, that she suffered from this disease which affect the bones. It's a disease which affect the bones. This is the last question with us today. And here we have come to the end of our session. We have studied a new vocab about amazing people. Do you remember who are the amazing people? These are people with disability. We said that these people inspire us to do wonderful things. They are amazing people. We learn from them determination, stamina, and hard work, and they inspire us a lot. I hope the lesson was useful for you. And till we meet again, wish you best of luck. Goodbye.